Hello everyone, welcome back to More Than Plastic. In today's video, we're going to be doing a review of the brand new CT Toys bootlegs of the Mafex figures. So here we have the Scarlet Spider, we have just the Amazing Spider-Man classic look, 185 Mafex, and we have the Ben Reilly suit. So let's take a look at these, see all the poses they could do, all their articulation, check out their accessories, and compare them to each other. Let's get into it. So here are all of the trays of accessories. And I just want to say that each figure does have the same exact array of hands. So each figure, as you can see, comes with 5 different hand styles. So you got the thwippers, the relaxed hands, wall crawlers, etc., painted to their respective figure. And you do get the magnetic hands and feet for both figures as well. And each figure comes with a similar array of webs. Some are different. Like, for example, the Scarlet Spider figure does come with a lot of webs, as you can see here. But let's get into all the accessories that are unique to each figure and see how they look and compare it. So let's get started first with the Scarlet Spider figure. And you guys know, I've talked about this many times, this is one of my favorite Spider-Man costumes and designs of all time. Something about the suit I just love, and to have this CT Toys Mafex bootleg is great because of course I wanted, this version of the figure and character and stuff, but the Mafex figures are quite expensive, so it's nice to have the alternative. But let me show off what this figure has and all the different accessories. So, in addition to this incredible head sculpt that you get, which is my personal favorite, you do get these 2 looks for the characters. So, one is a little bit more smaller eyes, the one on the right is a little bit bigger, so I'll show you each of the head sculpts and see how they compare. So this is the one with the slightly smaller eyes, as you can see there. And then you got the one with the slightly bigger, more oval eyes. My personal pick, though, like I said, is the one with this shape on it. I do think it looks the best and really defines the character. Here's him with his hood up. And not only do you get this hoodie, which has a slightly smaller logo on it, you do get another hoodie with a slightly bigger logo on it. I'm going to be honest, I have had this figure for about maybe 3 weeks now, and I have yet to change it. I just haven't really felt the need to. I think I do like the look of the bigger logo more, but I just haven't really felt like changing it, to be completely honest. So that is pretty much all the accessories for this character. I already showed the hands earlier, so I'm not going to try them on individually because that'll be repetitive. But now let's go over the articulation. So first, we do have a nice head that moves on the neck as well as on a peg, so it has a nice range of articulation there. Great to see. Then next up, it's covered by the sweatshirt, so you can't really see it, but he does crouch down.
Oh, my back!
All this way, so you got a nice bend forward as well as a pretty far lean back. Nothing crazy. Then for the arms, he can lift his arm up this much, spin around completely. Bicep swivel, double jointed arm, wrist articulation, standard there. Then he has leg movement up this high, kind of a drop down there, double jointed leg, and he has a nice articulated ankle and toe joint. As for the paint apps on this figure and the detail and sculpt and all that, obviously the body is just red, so that's pretty easy to get down, so that looks perfect. All the heads look great. There's no messy paint apps there. It's all really clean. I love the belt. I think they sculpted it really well. The ankle pockets also look really nice, and also the web shooters look really nice as well. So I was super happy to get this figure. I really, really love it. The character design and just everything about it, the articulation and all the accessories you get with him look phenomenal. So definitely a 10 out of 10. Any Scarlet Spider figure is usually a 10 in my book, just because that design is just pure goodness. So nice. And I just realized I forgot to mention, every figure does come with a flight stand. So next up, we have the incredible and amazing, no pun intended, Spider-Man. I am obsessed with this figure. I really wanted the real Mafex for a while, but it's expensive. So I was so happy when CT Toys released this one, and I ordered it immediately, and now it is here. So we'll go over the articulation, but first let's take a look at the figure. I just think the blue that they use is literally gorgeous. I love that super bright, but I don't know, just the tone that they use looks so good. And the web design, the web pattern I should say, looks so great. And they went with the McFarlane style head, which I like to see. So just an all-around great Spider-Man figure. It fits into any collection. Like, you could pop him in your Avengers display, you could put him in Spider-Verse, or just like your regular Spider-Man. It looks great anywhere you put him. So now let's go over the different accessories. So we already said, he's got the same exact hands, same style, just in his design. And, you get those different webs. But the only other head sculpt you get for this figure, and the only other accessory, is this head. So here's the comparison. Obviously, you could see the eyes are more slanted up top. Yeah, the eyes are just not as big as the one that it's currently on the figure. So let's pop it on and see how it looks. So there we go. That looks super nice. Once again, here is the comparison, so you could just see the difference. And yeah, they did a great job on this figure. The only part that has a little bit of missing web lines is just right there on the butterfly joint, but it's not really noticeable, so it's fine with me. Here is the back of the figure. Great logo there. Greatly painted. And here is the logo on the front. A little bit tiny, but looks pretty good. So now let's go over the articulation, and I'll try to do it kind of quick just so it's not repetitive. So here is his head. It moves up that much, pretty far up, and down that much. He could lean forward about that much. Pretty good. Lean far back a good amount as well. And, this diaphragm cut is pretty good for getting him in crunchy poses. For the arms, they rotate a good amount this way. You got a slight butterfly joint. It's nothing crazy, but it's there. Bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, wrist articulation. As for the legs, he could go up this far, and the feet move about this much, and toe articulation as always. And he could do some pretty good splits. Let's get him into some more poses so you can see how else he looks. So there's one pose right there for you. Looks really good. Any way I put him, he just looks pretty incredible, and he is just so smooth and buttery. Like, look at this. Anything you do with him, instantly a phenomenal pose. I love to see it. It's just so nice to have that, like, easily articulated Spidey. So cool. I'm obsessed. So what does the Spidey get as a rating from me? I'm gonna give this figure a 9 out of 10. I absolutely love the coloring of it. Like, that is the biggest part for me. And it's done, really well. I just feel like sometimes, though, the head does pop off a little bit. Like, if I go like this, the joint, like, you could literally see it. It does come off pretty easily. And just a little bit points off just for, like, the lack of paint there. But the colors are so good. I can't get over it. I'm not going to start talking about it. It's, like, my favorite Spider-Man now. That's going to be on my shelf. I'm pretty sure it's so good. But, I gotta be honest there and give it that critique. But anything you do with him, he's just so fun to pose. Definitely get this one. I highly recommend it. Okay, and last but not least, you guessed it, we have the Ben Reilly in his Spider-Man costume figure. So here are all his accessories, and he does come with a lot, so we'll get into all that right now. So first off, though, we do have the suit, and it looks great. It's on the same body as the last Spider-Man, so I'm not really going to go over the articulation again because it's exactly the same. I will say, though, I feel like his head is attached on a little bit better. Like, I don't have that problem as much where it pops off. It's not really a problem on the other figure that bad, but it does happen. But this figure seems to be a little more sturdy, so I will give it that. But look at the paint apps on this and just the logo. Look how good that looks. It's done so well. Here's the back. No really, like, weird apps at all. I don't really see anything that sticks out to me. It all looks pretty good. All the webbing is there, even on, like, the butterfly joints. So that is good to see. But let's get into the different accessories he has and see how the different heads and everything look on the figure. So same exact thing. This figure has the alternate eye style where they're a little more slanted and less big as this one. Same exact heads as the other Spidey figure. So here is what that looks like right there. Looks pretty good on this body. But then you have the standout. You get this insanely good Ben Reilly head. I am in awe of how this looks because you guys have seen all of the crazy AliExpress heads that I've gotten in the past. That haunt me in my nightmares. So yeah, to have this is crazy because this looks like the real thing. If it focuses, you could see the detail on it. Like, the eyes have such good, there we go, zoom in there. Perfect. I have no problems with this head at all. There's no, like, weird paint apps or anything. The hair is nicely done and you can really see all the detail there. So perfect. So let's pop it on and you can see how it looks. So here's the head sculpt on the figure and it looks so good. I'm so happy that CT Toys included the head with this figure. I can't get over how great of a job they did. And so in addition to the unmasked head, you do get this piece where he could hold the mask. So that is great. I love when they include accessories like that. Super, super cool. Now let's get this head on some other figures and see how it looks. Well, would you look at that? It looks good. I wouldn't probably display him like this. I guess something is a little bit off. I think his head might be a little too small for the body, and obviously, you know, the red being there, it looks a little funny. But hey, it passes. That's it with the hood up. So yeah, just cool to see. I just wanted to kind of check out how that would look. And yeah, you could definitely do that if you wanted to. So the last accessory that comes with this figure that I really did not expect at all, they gave us a PlayStation version of the character with this figure, which I think is actually really random, but really great because I love the PlayStation design of the suit, and I feel like we have not really gotten a good figure for it, as I talked about in my last video. So let's see how this looks on this figure, but I'm gonna also be putting this on other figures. Okay, here we go. I feel like it doesn't really match this suit just because the web lines are a little bit more tight on this design, and this one is a little bit more spaced out, almost like the Spectacular Spider-Man design. I feel like I compare that to the PlayStation one a little bit. So I don't think it really works on this suit, and obviously that head really doesn't go with this design because it never really happened. But let's try it on some other figures and see how it looks. Okay, here he is on the regular Spider-Man body, and wow, I actually think that looks so good. I've been saying this for the longest time. The classic suit from that game, I'll put a picture here, that is like my favorite design ever, and I would love either a Marvel Legend figure of that or an import because, oh my god, that classic suit, when I play that game, that's all I use. I don't even use the advanced suit because I love it so much. So this is like my iteration of it for now because it's all we really have. So that is why I really wanted this head, because I wanted to try this out just to see how it would look in a figure. I feel like the blue is a little bit brighter than what is used in the game, but it is pretty close, and like the web pattern and stuff is definitely also a pretty close match. So this is my current version of the Spider-Man PlayStation games for that character in the classic suit, and I'm so happy that I could actually get this on there and see how that looks. I think it looks really, really great. It definitely passes. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. This was a really fun one to do, as always. If you have any more questions about each figure, definitely let me know in the comments and I'd be happy to answer them. Make sure to check out my other videos I have on my channel. I just did a video on my channel where I go through every single Marvel Legends for Spider-Man ever made. I go through all his different costumes, all the people in the Spider-Verse, all his friends and foes will be next. That'll be the next video I do for that series, so stay tuned for that. But definitely check that out if you want more of like a history of like all the Marvel Legends figures. But yeah, this one was super fun. I love these figures. I can't wait to get them up in my display. They're really, really nice. So thank you guys so much for watching, subscribing, and liking. This has been More Than Plastic. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.